Hello, and welcome to week 6 of the data mining course. This week we're going to be learning some mathematical formulas which can be used to evaluate the effectiveness of diagnostic or classification procedures. At this point in the course, you've built a decision tree. You have an understanding of the concept of what is a decision tree. How can you construct it? By iteratively partitioning your samples into finer and finer groups that um, increase, hopefully, in terms of their diagnostic effectiveness. You've also learned how to extract a set of decision rules, decision procedures, classification rules from your decision trees. And you can use those procedures to classify individual samples. In the project that you just finished, you um, had a nested if statement that was your set of classification rules that encoded the rules that are embedded in your decision trees. You then used those rules to classify 5 samples, and you're getting a feeling for the effectiveness of this decision tree. And as I've discussed with some of you, we were talking about the quality of what comes out of the decision tree. And in discussions I've had with you one-on-one as well, we've talked about that. And in reading your reports that you just submitted that were due yesterday, you're raising some concerns about the quality of the result of the decision tree. Now, as I've discussed with some of you, if you were to make the decision tree deeper, you would continue to improve the accuracy of the result. I could have asked you to do that for this project, but I didn't feel that it would accomplish much in terms of your learning. I want you to learn what is a decision tree, how do you build a decision tree, how do you use a decision tree to classify samples. And I think you got that idea. You could take it to deeper levels. And, if you're interested in doing that and would like to spend the time doing that, it might be an interesting endeavor for you. But I didn't want to require you to spend your time in order to get a good grade in this course making a really deep decision tree. I think you get the idea. And we're going to move on now and do some other things. So this week you're going to learn about half a dozen metrics that we can use to measure the effectiveness of your decision trees and of the classification rules that come out of those trees. Accuracy. How accurately does your tree classify samples? What proportion of the time does it get the right answer? How sensitive is your technique? How specific is your technique? How precise is your technique? I've given you a really good reference for these measures and many others that are very commonly used in classification. And the reference is to a Wikipedia page that lays out these formulas for you. Make sure that you know the formulas, that you know the synonyms for each one of these. Like sensitivity is also known as recall, hit rate, or true positive rate. And make sure you understand what each of these concepts means. Then you'll be ready to take the quiz. Once you've taken the quiz, I'm going to ask you to implement these measures and actually use them to characterize how well the decision tree that you just completed in your project, how well did it do? How well does it do? So take a look, read the reference that I've given to you. Let me know if you have any questions. Look forward to hearing from you as you work through these materials. Send an email to welch@ohio.edu. Let me know how I can help you. I hope you have a good week.